It's a matchup of unbeatens between the New York Giants and the Green Bay Packers. Certainly the game of the weekend, maybe the game of the year, the battle of the unbeatens as we get underway. Fields it right around the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. Throwing Jones. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage.
Wow, just one snap in, partner, and the complexion of this game has already changed because for the defensive side, they just handed their offense a short field and a big early advantage. And even though it's only the first snap of the game, we're going to look back on this one and see if it has lasting effects as this game moves on.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Now the man from UTEP. Now Jones is hit. He lost the football. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. So a rocky start on both sides offensively. Turnovers exchanged.
I saw what you did there.
What'd I do? Rocky. Two Rockies.
I saw that. I got it. And, you know, and right now, they're carrying it around like they are wearing boxing gloves if we're going to have that kind of a reference. They've got to get it together and start playing a little bit better ball.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he'll lose yardage and be down at the 7-yard line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jones, and his throw's going to be incomplete. So this matchup, the second of 3 games in London this year. Vikings and Saints were here last week, and then the Broncos and Jags, they'll be at Wembley at the end of the month. Plus this year, remember, a 4th European game, our first one ever in Munich, Germany. That'll be the Bucs and the Seahawks, November 13th. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Jones. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line. It's a sack. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack. Here's Jamie Gillandale. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. Yeah, that'll cross midfield here, not by much. Out of bounds just on the other side of the 50. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Rodgers tapping this forward on the jet sweep. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Throwing is Rodgers on third down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Julian Love picks it. And the Giants are going to take possession of the football. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
Jones throwing to start the drive. This is intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes. The 20. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle by the QB.
And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Again, it's Jones. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. And keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
On third down, here's Jones. And he's brought down. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, they gave themselves options there on the third down play, and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
They need about the length of the football here on 1st and goal. Dillon will score. Touchdown, Packers. CD, there didn't seem to be much resistance there down near the goal line.
Yeah, partner, from what I saw there, not a real good job of matching up defensively, because to me, they look like they were just in their base 3-4 package. You need bigger bodies in there in a goal line type situation. The 3-4, fine between the 20s, but not down here when you're guarding your end zone.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
After the penalty, they go with Barkley. Shifts by him. And he's able to get up here to the 26. They get 14 yards, but not enough for the first down due to the previous penalty.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job, and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And now 2 yards to go on third down. Now this defense for the Packers, they were strong last week, CD, and that went over New England.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. Jamie Gillen now on to punt. Takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A very good kick there, but 15 yards on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out first and 10. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they finally bring him down, but he reaches the 16. 56 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. One of the reasons that this team is on this win streak, big runs like that.
When you see runs like that broken off, you know this is a team that's confident running the football. A big reason why this streak has occurred, they've come together, had a plan, and stuck to it. And when you get big-time runs like that, it makes it easier to stay with it, doesn't it?
Rodgers tapping this forward on the jet sweep. And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. John Ross, his second touchdown on the season. And the Packers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Crosby connects on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Take it in at the 3. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And a very good return. They'll be set up well when we resume action in the second quarter. A first down carry for Barkley. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
And that run was memorable for only one reason. There's absolutely no place to run with the football. No gaps, no creases, no gain.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10. Looking to throw. Jones. This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But third down coming up.
He's got to be kicking himself right there. His team's already picked off 2 passes. That would have been the 3rd in the game. And, boy, they've really played well attacking the football.
To throw on third down. Jones. Man open, it's Moss complete. He'll get it inside the 20. And they move this all the way down to the 9. On third and 10, they go flying past the marker and get nearly 40 yards. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10. Now here's a whistle as flags come in. And we'll check out the call. And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time, and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
That false start knocks them back behind the 10 now as they'll try again. First and goal. A quick throw out wide, caught by Robinson. They make a good bit of that yardage back as they're set up in much better shape now for second and goal.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
The Giants on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at a third and goal here. Jones out to the flat, that's caught. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Darius Slayton from 3 yards out. And the Giants are back within a score. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Extra point try good by Gano. And that'll make our score 14-7. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. From his end zone, it's Corey Ballantyne. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll. Looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Rodgers going to give this one to Dillon. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And a loose football. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S. Ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you've got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
Meanwhile, Jones' throw pulled in by Robinson here. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Jones. And that's complete to Shepard. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
Sterling Shepard's in his 7th season with the New York Giants, and his #1 goal for this one, stay healthy for the full 17 games. After that, he wants to post his dependable 60 catches a season he's been averaging throughout his career. That's 1 catch there, and it's good for a first down.
And he's going to battle his way down right around the 2-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. We've hit the 2-minute mark in the second quarter, 14-7. Second and 1 from the 2. A handoff to Barkley on the option. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Now Jones on 3rd and 2 toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
On that snap, he's a hero of his defense up to the play he just made. A one-possession game, and his hit kept it exactly that.
Jones now throwing on 4th down. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. The Giants go on 4th but come up empty. And that will force a turnover on downs.
Now, that's just simply good coaching and excellent technique on that play. You know why? Because everyone wants to rush the passer when they want to throw the football, but you're not always going to get there. So what are you taught to do? When the ball's finally thrown, get your hands up in the passing lanes, and they batted that one away.
No. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he's able to get this up just shy of the 15. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. Here's Rodgers to throw. And he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Rodgers now on 1st down. And this is caught. Mercedes Lewis with a grab. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Rodgers now on 1st down. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. And this is caught by Watkins. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. A good-looking drive for the Packers so far. It's a 1st down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be second down. Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-bodied tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
Looking to throw again on second down. Rodgers, a quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead, it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on third down. And again, it's Rodgers. Open man, this is Lewis. It's so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And that's a nice job of working his way open down in the red zone. Looked that one in and then made a beeline for the pylon. He didn't quite get there, and you want to give him a little extra for the effort, but instead he sets his guys up in excellent shape with a 1st and goal.
They'll run here with Dillon. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
The kick by Crosby is good. So 3 points on the board, as easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the 4th quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. How do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As it's time now to send you back stateside to Orlando, Florida, and check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the 2nd half. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they've got the lead seeding. What do you expect from them in the 2nd half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the 1st half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield. And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the 2nd half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Here's Rodgers. And he'll let this go deep for Lazard. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
From the gun on third down, Rodgers. And that is incomplete. So good coverage there defensively as it looks like they'll force a punt on this opening drive of the third.
Well, let's coach them up a little bit from right here in the booth. That's exactly what they needed to do. They need to start stringing together some stops, turning the ball over back to their offense, and trying to get back into this game.
Yeah, a couple scores down, but they can eat into that quickly with a nice drive here on the other side. We call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
Operating from the gun, Jones. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Rashawn Gary able to record his 5th sack of the season.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Here's Jamie Gillen now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. Call that an even 50 yards on the punt with 7 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. On 2nd and 9, Rodgers. Trying to get it to Cobb, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And the Giants are going to take possession of the football. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, 3rd quarter, but that, not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now, if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
Here's Jones, throwing to start the drive. We'll get this out to Barkley, complete. Touchdown, Giants! Saquon Barkley, 32 yards. And the Giants take the first turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. And he clanks it off the right upright, and it's no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. offense ready to get their next drive underway.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
26.
Throwing now is Rodgers. Eluding the... Now look out, Rodgers lost the football. Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered because had the defense got him, they were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
Yeah, and then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. Over the middle, complete. That's Watkins. They get a big amount back, 18 yards, but they're still looking at 4th down now. Here's Pat O'Donnell now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Again, it's Barkley. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 13 yards, good for a Giant 1st down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe that there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially that 1st half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
When you're running the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again. Jones gonna let one fly for Robinson. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
That was a nice job defensively. You could almost see him going through the coaching points. Adjust, find the football, knock it away. Well executed.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Back to throw. Jones gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And he will have a Giants 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Down to the 42, 2nd down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Looking to throw. Jones. And that is incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Back to throw. Jones. This is Shepard on the catch. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. Desperation time now. Here's Jones. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Giants go on 4th, but come up empty. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2. If they get into a 3rd situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
Jones running on 1st down, but finding it pretty tough going as he'll get forward for only about 3 there before he's taken down. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Throwing is Rodgers. That's complete to Lazard. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on 1st down. The Packers on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Now Rodgers. He finds Randall Cobb with a completion. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Rodgers tapping this forward on the jet sweep. And he stopped immediately there. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Rodgers tapping this forward on the jet sweep. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
To throw is Rodgers. Able to find Lazard. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Dexter Lawrence finding his way through defensively for the stop. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down. And the slot man goes in motion left. On second and goal. Rodgers got his tight end. That's complete. That's Lewis. Touchdown! Mercedes Lewis. His first touchdown on the year. And the Packers are well on their way to a 5-0 start as they extend their lead. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Throwing, Jones. And he's got his man. And I think the ball's out. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
All I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free. What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
You can sense it.
Oh, you can sense it. And somehow he got to it and was able to recover it for his squad.
60 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Now Jones. Touchdown Giants. Sterling Shepard, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Giants have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a one-score game here in the fourth.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of two-point tries and see what the data tells us because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation, this time unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And with that last touchdown, I mean, we're set up for a good finish here. Some things to consider, Charles. Obviously, it's a very close game. You're in the fourth quarter. Defensively, they've got all 3 timeouts in their back pocket.
So the chess match really ramps up, doesn't it? Because in these situations, what do you do? Do you run the ball and kill the clock here? Or do you try and bury them with another score? And how about defensively? Do you use your timeouts at the earliest opportunity? Or wait till you hit the 2-minute warning? So there's a lot going into this one. Let's see how each side goes about their strategy.
from the 21. It's 2nd and 10. Rodgers tapping this forward on the jet sweep. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Now Rodgers. Looking for Ross again. He finds him again. And he is going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And now the Giants, they get the officials' attention and take another timeout. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock now with Jones. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Now it's Rodgers. This is Lazard with a catch out left. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. It's a gain of 16 and a first down for the green and gold. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Dillon now on 1st and 10. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
They'll go again to Jones. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. He handed it off there, but I don't really know if he would have kept it or tried to do anything else if it would have mattered.
Yeah, it's not always a wrong read when a play gets stacked up. Sometimes they're just at the line of scrimmage. There's just too many bodies to maneuver.
And as a result, now they're looking at a 4th down. The kick by Crosby is good, and that'll push the lead up to 8. But from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
This taken in at the goal line. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better and try and execute that on the way out the door and maybe get back to base and feel a little bit better as you end a ball game that's been a frustrating one for you.
We'll see if they go back to base. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Jones. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. It's caught inside the 25. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. It's a big-time play there for the G-men. 56 yards.